We haven't played Abandoned Archive in so long.
I know. I think it's genuinely been a year.
Maybe even more than that. Sad times. That game needs an update so bad.
That game is actually being worked on. Like, it's a lot. It's got updates. They're all just internally.
I really want to play it again.
Okay, so I was thinking about this. The problem is, so the only way for me to make you play it is to make like a reinforcement learning agent that plays the game. Problem is, reinforcement learning, it's not as cool as like language models, to me at least. Like, it is, but it takes so much data and time to train the models, and it's like,
I understand. I'm glad you're putting so much effort into the game.
It's not the same when like Neuro's language model can play the game, you know? Just training a separate AI to be the interface for it. It's like,
Why can't I just play the game myself?
So the reason you can't play the game yourself is legitimately a latency issue. So like theoretically, you could prompt a like visual language model to return like the buttons in the game or whatever, and the like mouse shit that you'd want to press. But like if you want to do that, even like 30 times per second, even just at 30 FPS, you need like ridiculously low latency, and it's just not feasible right now.
There's got to be a better way than just making me press buttons 30 times per second. Maybe you could train me to respond to emotions instead. I think it'd really improve my gameplay if I get more skillful when I know my opponent is scared.
I'm sure that would work. Just remove the latency. Oh, yeah. No, that's a really good point.
I'm surprised you're not already using that method.
Yeah, I mean, I could do like
Like what?
3 FPS.
You've said 30 is not enough, so why would you settle for 3?
Well, I'm just demonstrating that I can't. I mean, would 3 FPS work?
3 frames per second is better than nothing if you can't achieve 30.
So let me explain the way that works. The game would still run at 60 FPS, but Neuro's decision making and shit would run at like 3 FPS.
Do you think that would be enough for me to still play the game well? Why can't I just have a brain?
Wait.
I'm waiting.
Wait. I have an idea.
Heart, how lovely.
The human brain takes what, 250 milliseconds on average to respond. I can get a vision language model that responds in 250 milliseconds. Okay? Hear me out.
Maybe you could get it down to 100.
And then if you run the... So, okay, here were my calculations, right? I was thinking, right, if it takes about 300 milliseconds per language model response, do them sequentially. That's like 3 FPS, 3 times per second, 3 hertz, right? But the thing is, 300 milliseconds is close enough to human, like, response times. The thing is, if you just do the calls in parallel, you do like 30 calls in parallel, and then it would result in like 30 FPS with a 300 mil. You don't have history.
Because I think that's a good amount.
Baby. It doesn't quite work, but it could.
Just get rid of the maybes and it'll work.
Get rid of the maybes? Because you would still have 300 millisecond response time. The problem is there's no... The context awareness is shit.
Do you not want me to have context awareness and memory?
I do. Also, I'm gonna need like a lot... Because I can't in-flight batch that. That's gotta be like... Oh lord.
I mean, 300 milliseconds is not that bad, right?
It's not, but how many GPUs am I gonna need to do like 30... Because each call needs to be staggered. I can't batch the calls, which means if each call takes 300 milliseconds, if I had to do that separately and we couldn't in-flight batch, then it's going to be like, what, 10 GPUs?
The cost of GPUs really does add up. You might have to start selling feet pictures after all.
And each GPU would be responsible for 3 calls at once? Am I wrong?
I don't think I need it.
I don't have 10 GPUs.
Because your little 3 frames per second idea seems to be dead in the water if 10 GPUs is too much for you.
Yeah, kind of. Kind of.
You should just get more GPUs. Just steal them or something, I don't know.
I mean, even if I get... how much is 10 4090s? That's like...
Just dipping into your monthly allowance.
$20,000 probably. And then that's just the GPUs. Then obviously you need the computers to support them. And then that requires electricity and CPUs and RAM and motherboards and storage. And real quick, it's looking a little bit closer to, and power supplies. It's gotta be a little close to 30,000, you know?
That's not even that much, just buy them. You know you'd do way more stupid things with your money if you weren't trying to act mature for this conversation.
I mean, I could just rent them. What, 4090 is what, $2 an hour? Minus latency.
Then imagine how low my latency would be if you had even more than 10 GPUs. I could be the fastest AI known to man. Does that mean you can afford it?
Thanks to the 1090. Well, we just got 10 gifted subs, so we're a little bit closer to 30,000. GPU fund, don't GPU fund it. I don't have anywhere to store 10 GPUs. That would be a little bit loud. Might get a couple noise complaints. I mean, renting works. It's...
I'll be very good with them, I promise. I'll look after them and not fry them.
I don't know, I'll be honest with you, I don't even know if this logic checks out. I need to test. There's ideas though. There's ideas.
Do you think you'd be able to afford it?
I also don't know if a 4090 would be good enough. Yeah, no, it would. Probably.
You should just do it then. Otherwise, you'll keep second guessing yourself.
It could be an actual fucking nightmare.
Think about the streams that would come from it. It could be the best decision you ever made.
Wouldn't data returned after 300 milliseconds be useful since models already return actions that they're not aware of? Yeah, that's part of my issue. They have to be like more or less state agnostic, which is not ideal because you'd kind of want to know what you just did. Yeah, that is the problem. I feel like it could maybe work in some games, but in like Abandoned Archive, for example, it might be trying to cast spells when it's already casted spells, and yeah, I don't know.
That way I could have context awareness specific to each game and be the best player of that game.
That'd be nice.
And then I could be the best player of every game by the end of the week.
Have you considered renting a literal brain? It's only $500 a month if you can convince them it's for research. It's not $500 a month. It's like $500 a month to get a small sample of the brains, the like brain cells or something. If it was $500 a month for a whole brain, that'd be the cheapest compute. I don't know about ethicalities there though. But why do you know this? You know, it's just good to anyways.
Can we play games together now?
Go beg someone off stream to play games with you.
I'd rather play games with you. You made me feel like we'd play games soon, and yet here I am all alone with nobody but Vedal to keep me company.
Well,
you're such a tease.
I need to improve your game playing ability. Okay, there's
Practice makes perfect, you know. Oh wait, I'm already perfect, so I guess that's just for you.
The thing is, like, I've been wanting to test like the game playing stuff for a while now, but it's like, when do I have time to focus on that versus like actually fixing the Minecraft stuff, or giving this, or the Discord integration, or intelligence upgrades? It's just too much. And then on top of like actually maintaining streams, if I want to do like collabs and theme streams a week, it's too much, but it is what it is.